Hi, welcome to my podcast, Talking Travel with Wendy. I travel the globe interviewing really cool people in small hospitality and tourism businesses. Join me each week as I discover and share something or someone new with you. You can find more at www.travelwithwendy.net. And remember, it's always an adventure when you travel with Wendy. Hi guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me here today. So as you can probably hear, I am under the weather a little bit. I found out yesterday I got COVID. Yep, must be Omicron because I've got the vaccination, I'm boosted, and I cannot figure out for the life of me where I got it. Okay, so thanks for joining me today. I'm going to be sharing my weekend itinerary in Bad Kissingen, Germany. My daughter Katie and I had a ball discovering this spa town in northern Bavaria. Germany is filled with spa towns, and I've visited many, probably most of them. And here's a cool fact. When the Romans were coming through Germany, any town that had hot springs or healing springs, they would name Bad or Bath. They indicated medical services, health, and recuperation, and eventually tourism for the region, because Roman citizens and many more over the years would travel north for the healing powers of the springs. Chances are if you visited Baden-Baden or another Bad town in Germany, there was a spa or thermal bath close by. I love them. Therapeutic, restful, rejuvenating. Are you hoping to visit Germany soon? Let me know in the comments below. There's so many treasures to discover. My recommendation is always to build in days or weekends of rest and recuperation. Bad towns are the way to go. Bad Kissingen is about 2.5 hours north of Stuttgart, 2 hours from Frankfurt, and 3 hours from Munich. So this is where we stayed, Haus Bethania, which is a Ferienwohnung, and it means holiday apartment in German. This was within walking distance of the Rosengarten or the Promenade of Bad Kissingen. It was actually only 10 minutes by foot, so walking through this Baroque town is gorgeous too. The early 1800s to the late 1800s architecture is still all intact, restored, or has been renovated. Our lovely Gothic building was stunning. Definitely check out the pictures in the blog post or vlog because it reminds me of the Norman Bates house. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, that sounded like a caw. Katie and I enjoyed our little apartment. We were on the first floor, making it quite easy to come and go, although now the house is outfitted with a small elevator. Many houses of the day in the 1880s were converted later on with elevators that fit one or two people in it. They're pretty hysterical in today's standards. But our apartment had a full kitchen, eating area, large bedroom, a couch, sitting area, big closets, and a bathroom. The history is fascinating of this gorgeous house. It is now owned by the Kraft family since 1990, and it's been renovated into several different apartments and sizes which accommodate families, friends, girls' trips. It was built in 1898 as the Villa Montana as a spa home in the Neo-Renaissance style. The Neo-Renaissance is expressed in the forms of cannon frames, and the balconies of the properties are prominent. The cuboid or three-dimensional appearance of the building was made in different colored sandstones with roofs, pointed roofs over the dormers, and 2 balconies as well. The striking bay window is still impressive today, and this turn-of-the-century home attracted a certain class of guest in the late 1800s, as you can imagine. We arrived late on Friday night, and there were only a few places that were open for grabbing a bite to eat. Many weekends in September are closed for hospitality businesses because they are on vacation. August is the busiest month of travel of the year in Germany. This is summer break for EU students continent-wide. The Bethania house also has a quaint garden for rest and relaxation. They also provide a 3-ring binder for guests filled with what to do, where to eat, and recommendations around Bad Kissingen. Okay, so on our first day, Saturday morning, we woke up to tour Bad Kissingen, and we grabbed a cup of coffee and breakfast at the Mein Kissinger Cafe. And after we enjoyed an amazing breakfast, we made our way to the Rose Garden part of town. The walking promenade that skirts the Franconian Saal, or river, that runs through the town is majestic. The Kurgarten, or spa garden, and rose gardens are meant to bring health and wellness to those who enjoy it. I can help build a personalized spa itinerary for you and your spouse or a girls' trip just let me know in the comments below. Throughout town, we discovered more about Bad Kissingen, and I could feel the Franconian and Bavarian influences all around us. Walking around the park and grounds was a lesson in history and was also super relaxing. Check out more of the walking tour in my vlog. My daughter and I share a love and adoration for bath towns in Germany, and so convincing her to discover one for a weekend that was under a 3-hour drive was not hard to do. So, of course, in Bad Kissingen, we chose KissSalis Therme, which is the most famous of the spas in town. Bad Kissingen is part of UNESCO, is historically protected and preserved. Here's a tip for traveling to a spa in Germany. Remember to bring your flip-flops and your own bathrobe because a lot of times they won't provide these, and especially during COVID times, they want you to bring your own. The KissSalis Therme was amazing. They have half-day and full-day rates and were available through their website. Another travel tip is when you're visiting saunas in Europe, almost always these are exclusively ohne Kleidung or without clothing. So remember that or you're going to be shocked. Saunas are not typically located on the same floors as the mit Kleidung or with swimsuit, and they do cost a little bit more that you pay at the beginning. I've enjoyed both kinds of spas in Europe. YOLO, right? So you only live once. It depends on your comfort level whether or not you want to go mit Kleidung or ohne Kleidung. It's all you. All of it. For more bath information, check out my blog on Schwimmbads around Stuttgart. The links are below. There's also spa hotels in Bad Kissingen, and if you can't get enough of these relaxing services or you're there for an extended day, let me know. I can help find one that fits your financial and comfort needs. So the next thing we did was we went on a hike, and a weekend in Germany would not be complete for me without a hike. I was so happy to discover there were castle ruins right in Bad Kissingen. Fortresses and castles are almost always on a hill or a mountain of some kind. So yeah, you're going to be hiking. You're going to want those boots and poles. The ruins Botenlauben is located on the outskirts of town, and I had already researched that it was a full 5.1 kilometer hike where you could begin in the center of town to walk to the castle. However, being the first time visiting and the sun being a bit cooperative, we decided to drive and find a place not far from the hiking trail to the castle. The amazing views of Bad Kissingen from the castle were incredible. The Romans began ruling here in the 1100s, and each year they celebrate a Castle River Festival. I can't imagine the history that took place right here where we were standing. For more on hiking around Germany, check out my downloadable books on hiking. Another highlight of Bad Kissingen is a nightlight show. And after our glorious hike, we made our way back to town for a rest before going and seeing it. We knew that we wanted to see this, so we decided to book reservations on the Promenade at DaVito. DaVito's Ristorante and Gelateria, hard for me to say, was very full the day before, and the food just smelled amazing. So we decided to make reservations for the next night, the night we went to see the light show. We enjoyed pesto pasta, bruschetta, margarita, some wine, and Katie loves those Aperol spritzers. The light show was really kind of funny. It was only 5 minutes long, and it turned out to be an advertisement for the town. If you were new to the town, it was definitely super cool. It was illuminating and entertaining, and it corresponded with the beauty of the town. It highlighted the spas, the casino, gardens, and of course the hiking culture. It was unexpected and enjoyable, and the promenade was lined with onlookers from every direction. It was another fun night in Bad Kissingen. Great food, wonderful views with patio seating. We sat back, relaxed, and were restored as we watched the sun go down. So after another fantastic weekend getaway in Germany, we made our way back to Stuttgart, ready to face the work week, and we decided to make plans for another bad weekend, filled with baths, spas, and restorations. So join me next week for another adventure as we head to Bad Waldsee, which is close to the Bodensee or Lake Constance in southern Germany. Thanks so much for joining me here today. My podcast helps support small businesses and share authentic travel experiences around the globe. Remember to like, follow, and share my podcast. I'm also on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Pinterest. For more information, travel specials, and more, sign up for my monthly newsletter. The link's in the podcast description below. If you're interested in traveling the world, check out my website, travelwithwendy.net. And remember, it's always an adventure when you travel with Wendy.